Every Nigerian feels the power of the Central Bank of Nigeria. Whether you're a trader in Aba, a salary earner in Lagos, or a farmer in Katsina, interest rates, inflation, naira crashes, bank failures, all roads lead back to one institution. But here is an uncomfortable truth. Most Nigerians don't actually understand what the CBN does, who controls it, or how it really works behind the closed doors. Today, we are fixing that. This is everything you need to know about the Central Bank of Nigeria. Before we talk about it, let's zoom out. A central bank is not a commercial bank. It does not open accounts for ordinary people. Its job is to control money itself. Around the world, central banks exist to control inflation, manage currency valuation, manage currency value, supervise banks, act as lenders of last resort, protects the financial system from collapse. The US has the Federal Reserve, Europe has the ECB, Nigeria has the Central Bank of Nigeria, arguably one of the most powerful institutions in the country, even more powerful than some ministries. But Nigeria didn't always have the CBN. Before independence, Nigeria's monetary system was controlled from London. The British West African Currency Board decided how much Nigerians could use without carrying in Nigeria's economic needs. By the late 1950s, it became clear you cannot be politically independent while your money is controlled abroad. So in 1958, Nigeria passed the CBN Act, and in July 1959, the Central Bank of Nigeria officially began operations. This was not just a bank, it was a symbol of sovereignty. Before I continue, your support is really needed. I want you to hit the like button and also subscribe to this channel. The Central Bank of Nigeria was created by law, not by one man, but leadership matters. Nigeria's first governor of the CBN was Roy Pentelu Fenton, a British banker. Yes, Nigerian Central Bank started with a foreign leadership. But by 1963, Nigeria took full control, appointing Ali Ome Borno as the first Nigerian governor. This marks the beginning of free monetary independence. The CBN gets its power from the CBN Act, most recently updated in 2007. Legally, the CBN is mandated to ensure price stability, issue legal tender currency, maintain external reserves, promote a sound financial system, act as a banker to the government. This means the CBN can print money, set interest rates, regulate banks, control foreign exchange, punish banks. In simple terms, if the CBN sneezes, the Nigerian economy catches a cold. The CBN is technically independent, but not completely. It works with the federal government, but it can also resist political pressure. This tension explains currency redesign crisis like we experienced during the election time, FX policy chaos as we are always experiencing, interest rate battles. The CBN sits at the intersection of economics and politics, and that's where things really get dangerous. Before we continue, I would like you to click on the subscription button, put on the notification button. Now, the CBN is governed by a board of directors. The board includes the governor, 4 deputy governors, permanent secretary, which is from the finance ministry, 5 external directors. The president of Nigeria appoints the governor and deputy governors, subject to Senate's confirmation. This means politics cannot be fully separated from monetary policy. But tenure protection gives the CBN some independence. Governors can serve 5-year terms, renewable ones.
Inflationary pressures are expected to decline in 2024 due to the CBN's inflationary targeting policy, aiming to rein in inflation to 21.4%, aided by improved agricultural productivity and easing global supply chain pressures.
So, in theory, the Central Bank of Nigeria is independent, but in reality, it exists in one of the most politically charged countries on earth. Every president wants growth, every politician wants cheap money, but the CBN's job is to often say no. And when we talk about independence, this independence does not mean isolation. It means freedom from direct political orders, not freedom from political consequences. Like I said earlier, the president appoints the CBN governor while the Senate confirms it. The government borrows from CBN, so independence exists, but it is fragile. When inflation rises or the naira crashes, politicians don't blame themselves, they blame the CBN. One of the biggest flashpoints between the CBN and politicians is something called ways and means advances. This is when the CBN lends money directly to the federal government. On paper, it is temporary, but in practice, it became a backdoor money printing machine. These ways and means happened during the time of Muhammadu Buhari when he was president. That is the late President Muhammadu Buhari. Politicians love it because it avoids parliamentary delays, it funds budgets instantly, but the cost is inflation, currency pressure, public trust even erode. This is where economic discipline often loses to political urgency. So every CBN governor walks a tightrope. Push back too hard, you risk removal. Cooperate too much, you risk credibility. Some governors tried to assert independence, others aligned closely with political power. The lesson is simple. The CBN governor is one of the most powerful unelected figures in Nigeria, but also one of the most vulnerable. When the CBN and politicians clash, ordinary Nigerians pay the price. Business struggle with policy uncertainty. Citizens face inflation and cash shortages. Monetary policy is not abstract, it decides whether loans are affordable, whether salaries keep value, whether savings survive inflation. This is why CBN power matters to everyone, not just economists.
If you look and measure stability between June and now, you find out it has been stable. The currency has been stable.
Inside the CBN are powerful departments. Monetary Policy Department, which decides interest rates and inflation strategy. Banking Supervision, that watches commercial banks like a hawk. Trade and Exchange controls FX, reserves and intervention policies. Currency Operations, this designs, prints and circulates the naira. Financial Stability, this prevents banking collapse. Decisions are made through committees, data analysis, closed door meetings. This is where Nigerians' financial fate is shaped quietly. The CBN is powerful and power attracts controversy. Critics accuse the CBN of overreach, political interference, FX favoritism, excessive money printing, and supporters argue that Nigeria faces unique economic shocks. But the truth is, the CBN is both a stabilizer and a risk, depending on who controls it. So the Central Bank of Nigeria is not just a bank, it is the heartbeat of Nigeria's economy. To understand Nigeria's future, you must understand the CBN.